So no, I meant like because Carrie's not here. She's with her sister. So that's what I meant. Like, it's weird having kids here
without the partner.
without the partner alone. It fucking sucks. Joseph.
Warning. The following program is a gaggle of friends talking about happenings in the world. It is meant to be comedic, informative, and not really serious. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or this broadcasting platform. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are a young person, please seek permission before listening any further. Sincerely, the people of Two Tired Dads. P.S. Don't sue us.
Normally like the last day of the month on the 30th.
Yeah, you got one extra day to put in work.
Yeah. Yeah. Or get caught up.
Yeah, touche. Take
Like,
advantage.
Take advantage or chill.
Hey, whichever one.
I'm Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bonds.
We are the
Two tired dads.
So, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Excuse the setup. Are we streaming on the Book of Face?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out. It didn't look like it.
Like, what's going on there?
I have no idea.
I clicked
we didn't
on
get
it.
Shadow banned.
Yeah, me too. But I just added it in there. Hopefully, if for those joining on the Book of Face, sorry, it looks like we're up now. But yeah, dude, what a week. Just first of all, Carrie's not here. She's with her sister, so I'm doing this by myself. Jimmy's no longer here. I still don't fucking feel good. Looks like Carrie just walked in the door, so cool. How's your week, bro?
Interesting, to say the least. I mean, they cut me for the month. I was like, okay. You know, it's kind of hard to catch up whenever they take you out for 2 days and then, you know, you went from 4th to 13th. So it is what it is. We'll set the goal and achieve it next month. You know, it is what it is. I've been kind of slacking, been having a lot going on outside of work. So haven't really stayed focused on it. How are you?
Week 3 of treatment, and I am tired. I didn't took today off, rested, taking day tomorrow off, obviously. I'll be ready to go Saturday. That's 4 hours. I can do 4 hours, and then baby step into June, and I still got a title to defend, motherfucker. But you know, but this is the thing, man. Like, I don't know really how to, like, I kind of like, I think when people who aren't used to accepting help, when they get help, and I'm not talking like psychiatry, and I'm not talking like monetarily, but
just assistance.
Like, just assistance in anything where people like truly understand like what you're going through, and you know, you have doctor's appointments to go, and you have things that you have to do, and medicines that you have to do, and things that you got to do, and you know, your wife has to step up. She's the one cleaning the house all the time. It's hilarious because Carrie's not even a neat freak, or no, Carrie does not. She's not a clean freak like I am, but bro. I'm usually in bed around 7:20. I'm not even bullshitting you. Yeah. So this is gonna be. We're excited. You gave the comment that I look buff today. I promise. It's
like, you do. I like the haircut. You looking good, man. No,
small ass tank top, and it's like the lighting. Like, I flattered as fuck, but
take it and run.
No, I have a raging fucking headache still. Pounding water out the dick. Just side effects, man. But as dads, that's what I was getting to. Is like, dude, you got to push through, man. And like, I know this sounds so fucking stupid. You got to take care of yourself, but you also got to make sure like your tribe is fucking good. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if the tribe's not good, then ultimately can you be good? Like, I'm not saying we're good. I'm extremely blessed where I
Amen.
can take, accept the white flag. Like, okay, maybe everyone's right. Maybe I should take a couple days off. And they gave me a new parking spot in the back, with my placard. Like they put the fucking So I've been
Because I
really
sure the other day was walking in, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And then I was, "Oh yeah, that's right." It took me a minute. I was like,
yeah.
"This is a new car."
No, and it's just me now. And so like I'm doing this whole leadership by example thing. So I don't talk a lot at work. I just chill. But dude,
That's funny.
Trumpy got the ringer today, is what you told me.
Yeah, they say he found him guilty on what, all 34 counts.
So what's that mean?
I want to start off with first. You ain't never tried to pay off like a nephew or a cousin to keep quiet? I didn't know hush money was illegal.
Not money. Like, hey, if I buy you this cheeseburger, you're not gonna tell your fucking mom you saw me smoking a cigarette.
Hey, that's hush money. You know what I mean? So for me, when I seen it that he got found guilty, I was like, damn, I didn't even know this was illegal. Like, damn, everything is against the law now. We're losing all of our constitutional rights. But I think that it's anything to stop him from getting office because I mean, look at it. Nobody wants Biden. Who's the runner-up if it's not Trump? So now we're gonna get a shoe-in president. Who the fuck knows who it's gonna
Is
be?
it Kennedy?
I mean,
The name we can trust?
Is it?
Isn't that what they said?
Mm. We're gonna see. I'm interested to see how July 11th his sentencing plays out. Right? I want to see what comes of that. What wrench is thrown in the plan before
Is that
then?
a Tuesday?
Most likely sentencing. So probably is a Tuesday. Let's see. No, it's a Thursday. So we'll have the answer for you on a Thursday.
So obviously, I don't follow any like major outlets. Okay. So I'm on the Facebook and fucking Wrestle Talk, our boys in the UK, that's where they're based out of. Big ass fucking graphic. WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump has pleaded against, not pleaded, been found guilty. They didn't call the president, they addressed him as WWE Hall of Famer.
I want to know.
I said, Trumpy.
How did they find a jury for that trial? How did they find a fair jury for that trial? And I think a lot of people should be asking that question because it's been such public news that how are you, unless you brought in a jury from out of the country, how did you find a jury of his peers that does not know what's going on?
Well, if you're gonna, what it was in New York.
Yeah, who in New York didn't know what was happening?
Man, I don't know. There's an island called Shelter Island that no one fucking does shit.
I'm just gonna say it sounds to me like unfair trial, and I think that they're gonna go hard at the wall on that. On how did you find a biased jury? So there's a lot to it that I think a lot more people, we're gonna see it come out. I hope there's not another January 7th riot or anything like that. But it's kind of skeptical. How did they get a jury? And I have to ask that because as a person that I don't know a lot about the court system, but I know you're supposed to get a trial by your peers who do not know about the case. So there's no opinions on it going in.
Red flag number one.
How many of those
jurors were indie wrestlers?
How many of those jurors voted for Biden?
How many of those jurors were Hall of Famers for the WWE? Doesn't sound.
There was nobody on that jury that played in his favor. You could guarantee that. But I will say my big question is how many of those jurors voted for Biden?
Is that a question that can be asked in said investigation?
One that can be found? I don't know. I mean, obviously our votes are, they lied about the votes already. So who knows what really happened? I just don't think that he had a fair jury going into it. I don't think there was a juror on there that didn't know his name and didn't know who he is, and that already plays a factor into it.
Well, here's what
You know.
scares me. I don't trust certain people he surrounds himself with.
Such as
Rudy.
Giuliani.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, we could just say he was probably tied to the mob. But
No.
even then, he said he wasn't.
So have you seen was it Borat or it was Sasha Sarah Cohen like did a fucking another movie?
Borat, Juno, or
But he did
Bruno.
Bruno was fucking hilarious. No, it was after Borat. It was a spinoff of Borat. But basically, they fucking got Giuliani with his pants down with the stripper. And then
I did see that. Yes, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. But again, when you're in politics, you're surrounded by politicians, right? Donald Trump is a huge factor in the New York real estate industry. You know, when Rudy Giuliani was standing mayor or governor for a very long time. So I mean, they have a relationship. Yeah, I mean, let me check. I want to say it was. Let's see. I don't want to give misinformation.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I followed the dude because I'm pretty sure I regained like super consciousness on 9/11. I started paying attention to shit.
I was too young to pay attention to it at that
I was
time.
in the 7th grade, baby. I was already
Excuse me.
Dude, I'm not trying to paint a picture, but 7th grade, your boy was 14, obtaining workers' permits to work at Fraley's restaurant as a dishwasher.
Paul is right. He was the mayor. I got it pulled up here. I thought it was the mayor.
Okay.
So, I mean, he definitely has a connection to him. Like, and that goes way back now. It's funny. Go ahead with what you were saying about the workers' permit.
Workers' permit. I don't. Oh no, I was just saying that's what I was. That's when he was the first person I caught on. I didn't. What I'm saying is he does shady shit. So are we really shocked that Trumpy is in some shady shit?
Are you shocked that so I don't care that Trump's involved in this. I want to know why the fuck, if we're going after him, who's our ex-president, why aren't we going after Hunter Biden and the laptop? Why aren't we going after money laundering with Joe Biden and his family? Why aren't we going in with Chinese collusion on the Bidens? Like, if we're going to attack one,
laptop,
then we need to pursue all of it. You can't pick one out of the bunch and say, we're going to go after them and not go after everybody. You need to go after everybody. This shit was going on before we went after Trump. You got videos of Hunter Biden tripping out, couldn't pay a prostitute. So he's trying to call his dad to get the money wired over while there's cocaine on the table. Like, come on now. Just because you're the president's son, you're not the president. You're a civilian, and you should be held accountable. That goes into when you talk about Joe Biden's daughter leaving the diary. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think Hunter would come on the show?
I highly doubt it.
We can ask.
Yeah,
him.
That's another one, Paul. Real shit. You found a 8-ball of coke in the White House, and you don't know who it belongs to.
Who found that?
That was found by the Secret Service.
What?
Yeah, that was breaking news, and then all of a sudden it got swept under the rug. My thing is, you can't put Biden on a pedestal and not put Trump on a pedestal. If you're going to give all this exemplary bullshit to the acting president and his family's a group of fuck-ups, and including him, why are you going after the one president that actually helped Americans unless you're not for Americans? Because right now, I think everybody in our economy would say there's no way that he gives a fuck about us as a society when he's giving all this money away and our prices on everything are going up.
Dude, everything is going up.
When Trump said he was going to get rid of payroll taxes, that's when people should have known they were going to fry his ass. You're getting rid of taxes? Oh, we got to lock his ass up. He can't be president. He's going to fuck up the whole bullshit. Like, there's so many things that Trump pushed for that would better Americans' lives.
Yeah.
And you want to get rid of him. You want to persecute him. But you don't want to get rid of the person that's selling our farmland to China. You don't want to get rid of the person whose son is a fuck up.
See, that's what I don't get. How's that like fucking legal?
Because in
the
America,
first time we
it's
spoke
whoever's
about
got
it.
the money. Who's ever got the money's got the purchase. fuck, you got to wonder this is the one for me, is how is it the average American family goes to
Yeah.
bid on a house and they lose the house 50,000 over asking because a hedge fund came in and bought it. This is,
Don't get me
what I
fucking started.
but what I could have thought was this was for Americans to have homes and chase the American dream. And you're making the American dream more and more and more unattainable
That's right.
every fucking day.
And we said this on episode 1. It starts with the HOA.
Yeah,
They're making my American dream. Dude, you're not going to believe this shit.
Let's hear it.
So,
Amen, Paul. Amen.
We had 2 days off and I fucking was bored. So I tried on my fucking Deadpool outfit and I decided to go in my backyard and do sword manual. Apparently that was like a no. Sorry, I'm not feeling too good, but we're okay. We should be like Casey hot tag, but no, it's cool. But no, it's cool. No, we're cool. We're 15 minutes in. But basically, no, fuck the HOA. I'm seriously so mad at them. They responded to me. They're being cool. But it's like at the same time, when's this meeting? And when are you going to enforce that motherfucker down the street who's banging the bass, being a douche? That's why I'm mad. He's still fucking doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't wait to raise hell about it.
So this is the other side of that, right? Like, so I'm not one that wants to bring my neighbor into it, right? Like, I don't know when we as a culture lost the ability to purchase land and do what the fuck we want on our land. Yeah. Like, I'm still stuck on who the fuck invented this shit? Because if you bought a piece of property with land, housing, whatever it is, whether it's an RV on that property, if it's your chunk of land, why can't you do what the fuck you want to do to your chunk of land?
Oh, dude, if I was 100% right now, I would, and if the HOA wasn't involved, I'd be in Philadelphia right now. Did I tell you what happened the other day? I got hit up by my buddy. He's in PA. He was in the Marines, and
nice.
He fucking was a dog handler, and he shared this link, and he said that they're looking for former handlers for dogs because there was basically a bust where these people were like posing as like caregivers to retired military working dogs, and they fucking definitely weren't. Like they were getting the money, but they were not like going towards the dogs at
taking care of the animals.
And there's like 22 of them, and I fucking totally sent an email, and basically the two that are like available that fit the profile for here. One's 12 years old, which is scary, and the other one's 6. And they both don't do good with other dogs. But these are also retired military working dogs that came from, a fucking abusive environment. So I think I can't get involved too heavily with that as much as I wish I could, but I don't know. Fuck the HOA. Because yes, I should have every right to do it, but it's like the HOA won't allow that, man.
Well, I say that because the reason I say you should have the right to do what you want. If he wants to, like, my thing is you should be able to go out, practice sword, sword work. He should be able to play his music.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things that, excuse me, if obviously you can't go out in your backyard naked swinging your dick, you know what I mean? But at the same point, if I want to put a peach tree in my backyard, I shouldn't need clearance. If I want to pull the bushes from out in front of my house, I shouldn't have to, go into shit. What does this say? Asia, subdivision restrictions have been in place for a long time. There's some that are really old that includes racial discrimination too. There's a movement going on to get rid of those. Well, I mean, she knows, she works in real estate, so she knows what the fuck she's talking about. But again, that doesn't stop the fuck the HOA. You know what I mean? Like, and I hope they do get rid of them. That would be ideal. But as of right now, we're still dealing with the bullshit of, you can't pull bushes, you can't do this, you can't do that. And at this point, if that's the case, then you shouldn't be able to be a hedge fund and buy property in an HOA.
Yeah.
That's just fair, because who's going to imply the rules on a hedge fund? Right? I could have swore these neighborhoods that have HOAs are for home owners, not for hedge funds and big banks. And it's fucked up, because we see the economy right now. We see interest rates. We see that people can't get a house. We see plenty of people trying to, buy a home that are being outbid by astronomical amounts. It's fucking crazy. You see houses going 100,000 over asking for some houses, all the way up to, all the way down to 20,000-30,000 over asking. It doesn't make sense, because you're never going to recover the funds unless the economy stays fucked and they keep building houses.
Right.
Well, actually, I take that back. I noticed the other day, they're not building a lot of subdivisions anymore. They're building a lot of condos and a lot of lofts. And I think it's gotten to the point now where they don't want people to own shit. They want you to live off of people. I want you to pay my bills. I don't want you ever to own your own shit. And I place that on Joe Biden, even though it doesn't have shit to do with Joe Biden. But I think Joe Biden's fucked everything up, so he needs to just take another blame. It is what it is. But he's the one that can put an end to it. He's the one that can take hedge funds out of real estate. He's not doing that, but he's real quick to sign a bill to send money to Ukraine, Israel, whoever else, and leave us fucked. And I think that's bullshit, because of the point of where we're at as an economy. I think what's blowing my mind, and I said this before on another podcast, is we're so fucked in the economy. And we as the people are so stupid that you hear companies now saying, oh, we're taking us back to pricing of 2021. You mean you're stopping inflation? You're charging us what you should be, because you've already made billions of dollars off of us. So now you're okay. Let's roll back a little bit. We're losing customers. I've been firm on, I go to, produce stands, farmers markets, butcher shops. I try to keep my tax dollars local in a working man's hands. If I have to go to the grocery store, it's because wherever I've been doesn't have it. Like, I'm trying to fight the power at every will possible. And it's just, I can't keep putting money in, Schnucks family owned, but at the same point, they're price gouging the fuck out of us.
Are they family owned, man?
That's what
they're like Deerbergs, man.
Family owned.
They're like also, and yet corporate, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think they lie to us about a lot of shit, and I'm sure they have, secret investors, angel investors that help keep them afloat. But there's no way owning a grocery store right now is not profitable. Just call it what it is. I mean, it's fucking insane. I mean, you know it's bad when they're bootlegging food. Like they're selling fake olive oil and fake this and fake that.
There was this dude that's outside of Troy. He had this fucking table set up, and it was like deodorant sticks and fucking baby oil and fucking lotion.
Probably a couponer.
Dude, but it was just all out there, like outside of the Walmart. And he's like, hey, man, before you go in there, come check this out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Can you do that? Like, I kept walking, but it's like, has it gotten that bad now where people are going to start setting up outside of the Walmarts?
There's somebody in my neighborhood that sets up in their front yard once a month. They coupon. We have all this for cheaper than the store. And honestly, why wouldn't you go there?
What?
They already spent the money at the store. They were smart.
Let me know when they do that.
Oh, I will. They do them. Man, I wish I would be over in my mom's old neighborhood. They did it almost every other week on the corner of her street. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, I went up there, bought Tide, went up, bought bleach, bought house cleaners. Like, and you're getting them for $1 to $2 a thing instead of being at the store spending $6 or $7. And it's insane, because we could do the same thing, right? We can cut coupons. We can look for the source, find the deals. But the amount of time we're going to put into it, we might as well just spend the money.
Yeah.
And that's how they got us by the balls. Call it laziness, call it whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, we pay for convenience. One of the jokes between me and Asia for a long time was it's a convenience fee, right? So certain things will spend the money because it's convenience. Hence how DoorDash has gotten so rich. You know what I mean? But we're such a country based off convenience that convenience is now overly priced. And we're finally opening our eyes to it. You know, shit's been going on forever. I mean, I remember bottled soda being 75 cents. We're at $2 now.
Yeah.
$2.79.
Or Kansas soda for like 25 or 50. Yeah.
Real shit. I remember a soda machine one time, vending machine was 30 cents. And I feel old saying that. But then my mom would have been, you know, bless her soul, would have been, oh, I remember when these were 5 cents. Like, what the fuck? But how in like a generation has the price quadrupled on a lot of shit?
Oh,
From
dude, my
corn-
grandpa would shit his pants if he went to White Castle and ordered, you know, like a number one or whatever. And they'd probably be like, 11.32, sir. He'd be like, what the fuck? When my age, I was 55 cents or whatever, you know.
My dad, you know, rest his soul, passed away in 2016. If he
Yeah.
saw the prices now, he was bitching about the prices in
Right.
2016.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. He was
oh,
bitching then, yeah.
hey, if he saw him now, he'd be like, what in the fuck? Like, I could imagine him being one of the ones that wanted to homestead. Like, I could see him being firm on that. But he also was one that saw the future of where America was going and wanted out of this shit, you know? So I just think that the politicians are using their powers for everything that doesn't fucking matter to Americans compared to what does. Hey, I believe that, Eddie. Like, what's crazy is the cigarettes I smoke, everybody makes fun of me. I smoke decades. You make too much money to smoke decades. Look, that's what I like. They used to be $20 a carton. Cools were $47.99.
Yeah.
Okay. My same carton now is almost $40. And I'm to the point I'm ready to quit smoking because I quit smoking $40 cigarettes for a reason. It's a waste of money. I'm spending, you know, what, $120 a month to kill myself?
Gross.
But they get you addicted, you know, and it's a fight. Decades are still the cheap. Paul, they're still the cheap cigarettes, man. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, a carton for $36, $37 is cheap. Go buy a carton of Cools and you're dropping $70. I feel bad for the people that smoke Marlboro and Newports. I couldn't fucking imagine going in and buying a carton. Like, it's a fucking grocery bill. Like, it's crazy. But that's everything. It's not just cigarettes. It's your soda. It's your eggs. It's your milk. I'm happy that, you know, Casey has a goal of hopefully getting eggs into production, and I'm planning on spending my money with him. If I'm going to spend money with somebody, again, I'm trying to keep it local. So if people know,
let me know.
Where I
I'm
can
down.
Go, produce, Orlando's by the job, I highly recommend it.
Well, speaking of Casey, he inspired me
too.
So I got these boys these RC cars, and they're little assholes with them because whenever they play with them, they won't let me play. And so fucking, I went ahead.
I felt that in my soul,
right? And like, so we were playing with them. You know, when I go outside with them, I just chill with them. You know, I'm not, you know, shooking and jiving or anything like that. Smoke wiener. Wow, Casey.
Casey's a fool.
And he's saucy. I love him. But he inspired me because I bought an RC car, and I told Oliver before they left, I said they were just they asked for demands before they left, like, hey, when we come back, this, that, and the other. And so Oliver's like, hey, when we come back, can you get us a ramp and for the RC cars? And I'm like, dude, I'm not buying you a ramp. I can make a ramp. They're like, all right, well, you make us a ramp. And like, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, because kids, instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
And so that shit took me 2 fucking days. And like, so I sent you the pic. I posted it on my personal Facebook page.
It's badass.
Well, it's like the first one was just green like I put it together and I painted it. And I was really proud of myself because I didn't like spend any fucking extra money. It was all wood I had like laying around the shed.
Nice.
And I built the A-frame and I used old paint from my old gym and whatever the fuck. And I built it and I just painted it green and I sent it to Nathan. I was like, yeah, check it out. I built a ramp for the boys. And here I'm thinking, I'm done. Like this took fucking 8 hours. Like this took all day. Like it's like I didn't like but like I would work for like an hour and take like an hour and a half break. And then I'd work for, an hour and take a little break. Hey, what's up, Brian? Shout out, baby.
My guy, shout out.
It
I
was
miss you.
draining and exhausting because I was in the garage and I had the fan on because, using woodwork and putting shit together. So I sent it to Nathan and he goes, yeah, it's a great start. And I was like, you fucking asshole. Great start. Like,
This is finished, goddamn
like,
it. What you
what
mean
the
great
fuck?
start?
So I was like, all right, well, hey, if he thinks it's a great start, then maybe the boys will think this is half-assed. So I took it up another level. It had shingles. So I cut the shingles and I laid it on each of the planks to give it traction. Because
Nice.
I obviously test ramped everything, and it was sliding because I used a finished gloss on everything. And so I got the shingles, the fine grain, to catch the tires when it goes up the ramp. And then I got some yellow paint and I painted like the boys on there and ramp number 1, like as a tribute to Iron Man when he made his first suit. It was like Mark 1. So I put like ramp number 1 because I'm sure there's going to be fucking many more as they already have a request for a fucking half pipe. And
Hey, that'll be badass.
yeah, so and I have no fucking experience doing this shit. It's just a fucking hobby. It gives me something to do and it was easy. Like it
A
wasn't
half pipe, I
overstraining.
mean, sounds like a lot of sanding.
No.
Really?
No, yeah. I'm not sanding shit. Yeah.
You're getting what I give you, damn it.
Yeah. Because they're not going to be taking their like bicycles on there. It's for their RC cars.
Yeah. True. I mean, yeah. I know one thing. We were just talking about RC cars at work, and it's funny because as a kid, right, I always wanted the ones that were at Radio Shack, right?
Yeah.
The big badass $500 RC cars that would never happen. My parents were fucked. No, like you might be able to get a cheap one, $20. It'll break, but we'll get you one. And as an adult, making, we're comfortable. And there are many days I'm like, man, I need to buy a gas powered fucking RC car. Like I need to.
Oh, they have those?
Yes, and they go like fucking 70 miles an hour, and they're fucking crazy. And I just seen one that has like a camera attachment.
Oh,
fucking, I was looking at it, I'm like, man, I could take this around the whole fucking block and just drive my neighbors crazy. Like just. So
I got one that goes up to 29 miles an hour.
Hey, that's fast.
And that's what the boys have because I bought them their shit when it was on sale. Like occasionally, Amazon will be doing a fucking 50% off or like on that certain product.
Hey, let me know if you ever see that again. I'll jump.
It's on right now.
I will be on it. I was about to
like it's like 25 bucks. I almost bought one for Oliver when he's being a jerk, so I didn't buy one. There's one for.
Hey, they got to earn it.
I'm telling you,
they're at that age now. Or I just had this conversation with Asia that you got to learn to earn. Right? My son came up the other day. He don't spend money on shit. Okay, he doesn't understand the concept of money. Okay, like he, dad buy Lamborghini. Like motherfucker, who's got Lamborghini money? Okay, so he's like, I want $10. I was like, all right, well, then you like in my mind, I'm like, $10. You're going really low. $10 ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know.
He's King Mac.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do with $10, buddy, but the toy you want is $100. Okay, so if you think that I'm gonna give you 10 and cover the difference, you're crazy. But I need you to at least, do the chores this week. Do the dishes, clean up, keep the living room clean. Do certain shit. Show me you want it. Right. Because with life, you have to earn it. You're gonna work your ass off to get people. I'll put it like this: people at McDonald's work their ass off to make a hope of $30,000 a year, right? We work our ass off. Sometimes we don't, and we're comfortable, but we worked our ass off to get to the position we're in, right? That shit starts young. Instilling a work ethic starts so young. Like, I was surprised he asked to do work for money. That made me proud. You know what I mean? But it's there's so many kids out here now, they turn 13, 14, and then, they think they're entitled to shit. Oh, it should be mine. No, it's a reality check when you don't realize that the shoes you're wearing was 15 hours worth of your parents' work. Like that shit, they gave 2 days of their life to buy you a pair of shoes.
Uh-huh.
And I look at shit like that. When I'm buying something, I'm always like, how many hours of my life did I give for this product? Right. And when you look at shit in that like manner, you'll be surprised how much shit you don't buy. Like I just had a guy here, which was why I was late getting on. He was trying to sell me pest control. I don't think we need it because
was he on
the scooter?
The yeah.
Two-wheel thing? Yep.
Yeah.
It was Hawks Pest Control, and it's funny because he started going, and I was like, just cut to the price. Like I felt so bad because I was one of our customers, right? Like I'm like, I'll get to the price. Like, and I told him, I was like, look, I really do sales for a living. I can see your value building.
That's what happened, Casey.
And I'm like, look, I do sales for a living. I understand that your value. You're trying to make me see the value. The difference is I don't see the value in spending $500 to kill 4 bugs a year.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're going to have this, you're going to have that. No, I won't, because I have a lawn care company that services my lawn. You can't tell me what I'm going to have when I've lived here for 3 or 4 years. This isn't a car. Now, if you were selling me homeowners protection or you were selling me, car shield or something, like I can see the value in that, right? But to kill 4 bugs, I'm paying you $500, and we do sales, so I know the price is going to come down.
Yeah.
He finally gets down. He's like, I was like, so that's like what, $500 to $700 a year. He comes down. He does the math again. I was like, we're still at $500 to $700 a year. You just reworked the numbers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I'm not dumb, And so finally he gets to the end where, and Asia's like, quit wasting his time. I'm laughing because I know. And I said it. I was like, I'm not buying it unless it costs the price of my tennis shoes. Call it what it is. I can invest in my house the price of a pair of shoes. His final number comes down. It's like $478. I said, we are $17 from the last offer. You know what I mean? Like, I just need you to know, like, again, you should apply to Car Shield. That's exactly what I told him. I said, they love a person that can build value, but I'm not giving you 10 hours of my life for this. When I can kill a bug, I can take off my slide, which I wear almost every day, and smack the bug. I can go buy a bottle of bug spray, Bug Stop, spray the house down, and won't have a bug in the house all year. And then I looked at him, and then I was like, and if I come home and there's bugs in my shit, I'm going to think it was you, and then we're going to have a vendetta. You know what I mean?
Like we had when we were getting cable installed, this guy was there, they were installing it. And another guy came out to play all happy wappy with, Carrie. Hey, I'm one of the supervisors, just checking. Oh, speaking of which, did he tell you we can get you an upgrade? Diddy-daddy-dada. And Carrie's running numbers, and I fucking come home. And Caitlin and the guy and Carrie, they're all talking, just having a good old time. And I go, we got a chart. I go, we got a insert company name guy here. And we got someone at the table just being a friend. I go, what are we selling? And she's like, no, he's not selling. He's trying to help us. He's telling us we could save money.
No,
he's selling. And he's like, he was like,
good.
He's like, oh, for only $22, I can get you some phones and get you more packages and more on TV. And Carrie's showing her phone. So Carrie has her phone open, and she's showing what he's paid now to see it. Because I was like, no, show me right now that you can save us money. As she's like going through her phone, and the guy's leaning over, like looking at everything, I sent a text message. Now is not the time for haggle. This motherfucker needs to leave. And I hit send. And while she's up there, it fucking pops up the whole thing. And they both look at each other, and he goes, all right, well, if you change your mind, just let us know. And it's been great. I'll just see myself out. And he fucking left, and Carrie's like, what the fuck is wrong with that? Like, yeah.
His
That
job
was
is
in
to sell you.
that was in
Like,
2019.
and it's funny because as a person that works for the insert name company, I can tell you now that where you live, you would probably not get coverage on your phone. And number two, that
Oh,
price
that
goes
was when
up
we lived
after
in
a year
St.
or two.
Peters. That was
Oh, you would
2019.
have had coverage. So yeah. No, it
That's how I dealt with them though.
I'm the one. I'm like my grandfather, right? Like I like to hear you. I like to hear how good you are. If you're a good salesman, I might be able to steal some of your shit and use it at my job. Like let me hear you. Let me feed off you. And then he's trying to build value, and he's like, I pull him up. I'm looking at I haven't even gotten to the reviews. He was like, well, don't worry about the reviews. I was like, tell me why not to worry about the reviews. I said, I know what I say at my place of work. I said, what do you guys say? And he kind of froze up. I was like, I mean, you got better reviews than Disney World, so what's the problem? And I said it. I was like, it's the happiest place on earth, right? And I just started laughing, and he was like, I'm gonna use that. I was like, and at that moment, I was like, I'm not buying shit you're selling. Okay. Just you need to know, man, I'm not buying shit, but I think you should apply to Car Shield. You have a very good value build. I think you'll make more money than this. He's like, oh, I'm gonna make like 600 grand, dude, and I'm a manager. I was like,
Oh yeah,
bro,
you are, baby.
I stopped. I looked at him. I said, you were amazed by the car in the driveway and the house. You're not making $600,000 this year, bro. Apply to Car Shield. Like you're not gonna impress me. Just you're not gonna impress me. You do have some good sales techniques though, and I kept. Well, hear me out, because he kept getting pissed because I kept calling out his sales techniques, right? Like he's like, well, this and then this, and I'm gonna put this on it. Like, bro, I work at a job where we don't add shit onto your thing. If anything, we take it away. So,
all right, cool. But dude, speaking of which, so Trumpy's back on board July 11th. And when's election time? When's the first
November.
debate?
We don't even have a debate scheduled.
I thought he had a debate scheduled with Biden.
When? Because I haven't heard it. I'm sure they'll make sure he's in jail before that debate comes.
I must know. He could do it via satellite. Let's see here. Trumpy versus Biden.
Do you not realize when you're in prison, you don't get satellite calls and shit?
Yeah, you do when you're Trumpy.
Yeah, I mean,
oh
it's federal,
fuck
so you can
ass,
buy
bro!
everything.
It's gonna be June 27th. June 27th.
So he's gonna demolish him and then go to jail. I don't think he'll serve any prison time, but I want to know what's gonna come of it.
I think that's gonna be the timing is hilarious. They
Oh,
have
they know
a
what they're
scheduled fucking debate with CNN on June 27th. Which let's pull up the goddamn chlamydia. That's a Thursday. Last Thursday of the month. July 11th is 2 weeks after that. You know Biden's going to use that as his ammo the whole time.
Yeah, that's all he's got.
How can you people going to listen to him when in 2 weeks he doesn't know what's going on? Chocolate chip, baby.
My thing is, will Biden make it to November? Because
I
don't
don't
even know.
know.
Like,
I don't. Anybody's game for tomorrow.
I just want to know how he's still living. Like
I
the dude
don't-
is old. He's decrepit. He fucking can't
Well, he
talk
has
half
many
the time.
variants.
They say it again.
He has many variants.
Yeah.
Reptilians.
Masks. Makeup is a
Reptilians?
motherfucker. AI is a motherfucker. Like in my mind, I've been thinking about this since I watched this AI article where it was a guy talking to himself, and the guy started he was thinking in his head, he's like, am I the fuck? Like he said it after the interview. He's like, I started thinking like, am I the fucking AI? Because they fed the AI all the books he had written. He's, fed him everything that this guy's ever produced, let him read over his social medias. And the AI was him.
Yeah.
Like was literally answering questions the way he would answer them. He even said it after the interview. He said he answered the computer answered exactly how I would have answered. And to think that they're doing this now, who's to say that, they're not putting fake things on it? No, he was charged today, Casey. He wasn't indicted. He was charged, all 34 counts. So big difference. The indictment is where they put together the discovery, build a case against you. Now he's past that stage. He has been found guilty. So now he is in the next stage of sentencing, which is July 11th, which will be determining what the outcome will be for November. I'm more concerned not about that case. I'm concerned, like I said earlier, who's going to be the fill-in for the Democrats.
What? You
Or the
mean
Republicans, sorry.
it's gonna be a name you can trust, of course.
I think that's scary.
JFK
The reason that's
scary, man.
no, Kennedy is scary because they slowly started pumping him right after the cases started piling up, right? So it's one of those things that we start feeding you the person, then all of a sudden, if he is the insert name there, that has to draw a lot of red flags because he was, in my mind, never a candidate. Was he even running in the beginning? I know we had Ramaswamy, we had the lady
Didn't
that
it
was
happen
going
during the Super Bowl or some shit, right? Is that when, like, I'm trying to remember when. I'm pretty sure his shit popped off on the Super Bowl. Because didn't we talk about it like the week after, like the Super Bowl ads or whatever?
I can't even remember. Not gonna lie to you. We done had a lot of shit going on.
Say that again, man. Did you get that video about the UFO passing the Blue Angels, man?
I seen the video. I mean, that motherfucker was moving fast because I couldn't see it. But hey, say it again, Marcel. Government replacement.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what's funny about Biden.
Check out the shirt, by the way, guys.
Here's what's funny about politics. In a perfect world, meaning like a world that is cool, it would be like the old days where everyone would gather in an arena and like everyone would see who the strongest person is.
That isn't really how the old days worked.
What do you mean?
The old days, it was we came into your place, we took your shit, and we run it now.
I'm saying
they found
like
generals.
Times.
The way you're talking was they found generals that way. Julius Caesar never fought in a combat zone, never fought in the Colosseum. It's that's how they found their military generals. You know, they would fight. And honestly, the Colosseum was for prisoners to fight and put on a show for the rich. You know, they were in there fighting lions. They were normally prisoners.
Bro.
So,
but I'm saying is they need to have a Coliseum, fill it with motherfuckers, and say, who wants to be president? And then put it in a fucking random bracket of lottery numbers, the ball, the thing. Boop.
Just because you get someone who's combat ready doesn't mean they're politically ready, right?
Anybody. Now, doesn't matter.
I think we should go back to you have to have military experience to be, you know, the president. I think that should be a requirement because you can't be over the military and don't know how the fucking military works.
And then they would light the almighty flame of justice, and then a big torch would be lit in the Colosseum, and it would burn ever so great, and then everyone would fight to the expiration by bracket style, and then last man wins.
And then you have a dictator.
Yeah.
Like Napoleon Bonaparte. You have
I wouldn't be like
Julius
that.
Caesar. But I'm saying that's what it comes down to because all the toughest people would probably sign up for that. You're going to lose a lot of your strong men in the country because you got to think there's going to be thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people that think that they can really do that. Yeah. You know, and at the end of the day, it doesn't mean you're getting the smartest person in the office. This is a business.
I know.
Our country is a business. That's why Donald Trump was so good at it. If anything, you know, pardon what I'm about to say, I hope we don't get canceled. You know, find a really good Jewish accountant and, you know, maybe put him in charge of it, at least the treasury. You know what I mean? Like somebody who is good with numbers and then find somebody that is.
We love everybody.
Like, well, the reason I say that is because, I mean, you look at the history, some of the best accountants fall in that category. It is what it is. So you want to find people for the right position, but you want to find the best. And if it's a business and it's a company, we should treat the president like the CEO.
I'm pretty sure Josh Augustine was an accountant too. We got to hit him up.
But these are things that you want to place people right rather than just elect people for how good they speak on a stage. You have to look at their credentials. I mean, if you look at Joe Biden, he was a huge push of the, you know, war on drugs. He was crucially racist all the way through the 80s. Got into the 90s, was still racist. and then all of a sudden he's the vice president for Obama, which makes you really wonder, because then that tells you that Obama didn't know shit about his history or didn't look at it, but Obama didn't do shit for American either, really. So
I always saw Biden like, bro, you gotta remember I was deployed like when pretty much Obama was in, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. But Biden was like a meme where like Biden would say a punchline and Obama would like frown on it or something. You know what I mean? Like that's the Biden I knew. Oh my fuck.
I mean, we can say the same shit about Pence though, because what the fuck did Pence do under Trump? So it's Kamala Harris ain't done shit. These vice presidents don't seem to do shit anymore, But again, I just think I can think back to a point where we were running good as a country.
Yep.
And that person or those people that have ran the country well tend to have a business background.
Yeah.
But I still think that you should have a military backing because, again, you run the military. So I think you have to have an understanding of how wartime works, but also how economics work, because we should never be where we're at right now as the greatest country on earth, right? So just things you got to think about.
Well, when you think about that, the economy is slowly like slowing down.
Slowing
take
down,
a look
tumbling.
At price of cars are fucking horrible. You looked at groceries that, $50 don't get you $50 anymore.
Well, it's all false supply and demand, right? We say, oh, it's limited. The chips are shorted. We can't get the chips, so we can't make the cars. But yet you see tons of older cars. There's still 2022 models that haven't been sold.
Well, there's also people that are just fucking lazy. I mean, do you know how many times I've pulled to an oil place? Like, hey, can I get my oil changed? Oh, we don't have the filters that your car needs. Sorry, have a good day. And it's like there's nobody in there. And it's like, dude, you're so full of shit.
No, they're not wrong. I mean, it depends on the make and model, because I have that happen all the time with the Volvo.
You got a sexy car.
No, I mean, if foreign is foreign, they do that for a reason, because we can mark it up. It's special, whether it be a Kia, whether it be Volvo. I'm not saying it's special, but what they do is they put special components in it to make you have to pay more. They try to make it where you got to go back to the dealership. You know this where we work.
Yeah.
The dealerships make their most money out of the service department, Devin. You know this. So we want you back at the dealership, not at Valvoline.
Well, it's just like anywhere you go, even like lessons for the boys this summer. Swim lessons are $400 for a 2-day, 3-day thing. Like, you fucking kidding me?
Holy shit. I can teach them how to swim. I was a certified lifeguard.
I could teach them how to swim, but
you just throw them in the deep end.
Yeah, that's how I was taught, man.
Same. And if you don't come up, we're gonna come get you. And then we're gonna do that shit again until you learn to get your ass up out that water. like you'll learn eventually.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're doing basketball. I ain't gonna say that it's too expensive, but I mean, I think. I don't know, man. I know I did a lot of YMCA sports as a kid because we didn't have a lot of money, and even the YMCA is expensive now. So,
well, Oliver was set to do jiu-jitsu, but he has to get a procedure done on the 18th.
Prayers up.
And so, thank you. And so that's why he's probably still getting a fucking RC car, even though he's been a jerk. But it's like,
make him earn it. He still can earn it.
No, he will. He's trust me. He's Goku's boy, because as soon as like Sam asked a question when I was feeding him, because I was like, all right, when we're done here, we're gonna go downstairs because I got my podcast and we're just gonna make sure we stay downstairs. And Sam's like, well, I want to stay up here. And Oliver's like, well, Sam, Goku just said that we have and it's like, all right, my little yes man. Like, I know what he's doing. He's like, right, Goku? Like, he's looking, I'm listening. Yeah. Like, he's pointing out. I'm like,
I'm going to work it.
At his angle, he took the shot.
Hey, it was a good shot. It was a very good shot.
He helped me set up the desk. I was having him hold things. Am I holding it the right way, Goku? Because I'm listening. I'm like, all right,
Right.
dude.
Y'all must have had a conversation about listening lately.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
It is funny.
He's looking. Okay, so we order them shit on Amazon, and they'll be like, "Where's the guy? Where's the guy?" And they'll pull it up on the app and see the motherfuckers like down the street on the map, and he's in the neighborhood, and Oliver will run out the fucking door just
No
to
good.
try to chase, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? He'll do shit, and he don't, he likes to get excited and take off. Sam likes to rebuttal left and right, like, hey, it's time to go to bed. Yeah, no, but I really just want to hang out with you because I miss you. So I'm just gonna sit in your chair and keep playing this video game, but you can watch because I miss you. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, nice try. Like, I fucking said no. Like, what the fuck?
So little man's like that. He always tries to negotiate. So he'll say, like, in that situation, I'd be like, well, if you miss me, let's turn off the game and let's read a book together.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you see their face change. They're like, fuck. Like, you can see, even as kids, they're like, fuck, he outsmarted me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got you. We can play this game of you missed me. I missed you too. Let's lay down and read the Bible. Let's lay down and read a book. Whatever it's going to be. I'll even let you pick the book. But that's where we as parents, we got to flex them. Like, we're salesmen too. All they're trying to do is sell us the way we try to sell. So, hey, next time he pulls it on you, I promise you, say, you want to spend time with me, so let's read a book together and watch how quick the face changes. Like, I'm talking about, how we look like. What
They
the
like
fuck?
reading.
Hey, just because they like reading, it's not what he wants to do. He
I
wants
get
to
you.
play the game. So he's gonna be like, well, shit. I mean, and because you're choosing something he likes, you know what I mean? So he's still getting to spend time with you and do something he enjoys, but it's going to put him in the position of, fuck, I should have said something different. You know what I mean? And all it does is make him more manipulative, because my son is fucking level 10 on, like, I'm like, man, when you turn 16, you're going to be a fucking problem. Like, when you get to really putting this shit together, you're dangerous now at 5. Like, so I
can't wait to watch that.
Hey, and I can't wait to have the debates where I got to prove him wrong and I have to keep going back and forth. Like, I can't wait, because that's what kids are like. They'll tell you that why they think it's right.
Yeah.
They see some shit on YouTube. Like, I just had to have a conversation about, they're on YouTube getting paid to be bad, and their parents are allowing it because they're getting paid. If you do this shit, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm not receiving $1 million paycheck off of this, sir. You break some shit in this house, I'm gonna break that ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't quit trying to do YouTube shit. Like, we had to take YouTube away because I'm like, man, we're not playing this fucking game. YouTube is like, at first it was nice because it was educational. Now he's seeing other kids. Like, my favorite one, I was telling my dude Marcel, and this is probably not good, but he wanted Takis because some kid on this show watches and he likes Takis. So
no reaction.
Yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I was like, Stacy, you don't like spicy shit, right? He's where the story's like, I gotta get some Takis. I'm like, all right. He takes a little nibble. He's like, this, like, his whole face was like, he's like, this is spicy. So the next day it was, I want some sour. Like, he wants Warheads really bad. And I'm like, look, I don't eat them. If I get you one, I'll get you one. But look, you keep saying there's going to be no reaction, man. So we gave him some sour bubble gum. The first one, he instantly, it came out of his mouth so quick that he ate a blue one and he goes, no reaction.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh, you a tough guy. I was like, okay, you're tough. Let me grab a cicada.
Yeah, Sam and Oliver were watching zombie videos, and Sam kicked in the door at like 10:30 at night. Oh, it's at nighttime, and he comes in. He goes, bro, we all gotta get out of here. This place is haunted, bro. And I hear Oliver just like crying the whole time, and Carrie goes, are you kidding me? Did you watch the videos again? And he goes, and Sam goes, my brain confused me. It just, and I was like, oh, this is like a thing. Like I had no idea.
Oh, that's awesome. It's funny because the people we're talking about does that. There's a ghost in the house shit.
Yeah.
So that's so funny to me. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking priceless. Did he
Yeah.
jump out of his skin when he hit the door?
I was scared because we got to get out of here. This place is haunted, bro. Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of happy that it's time to go.
Hey, you're good. You can tell you're tired, man. You're going
I
through a
love
lot.
you.
I love you too, boss. I'm glad you battled through.
I'm going
To bed.
to go to bed. Love you guys. I'm Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bonds.
We are
Too tired. Hey, have a great night and a great weekend.
Glad we fired Jimmy. Saved the drop. But, yeah. That's all we need. Jimmy free.